number 20 for Livefest, and we dropped down to 23 while I was at the grocery store. I did not realize we made that much progress. It's very exciting. So to help out with the Livefest contest, either like the heart me counts, the every share is 1 point. Every subscription is 300 points per dollar. So if you send like 5 standard subs, that's like 9,000 points. And it's actually pretty tight. I just need to be 20, like in the top 20. That's all I have to do to be in the top 20 to get to the next round. Are we going to win this contest? No. Am I competitive? Yes. So thank you so much, Paige. Paige is sharing away. I haven't gone to the grocery store. Thank you, Taz. I haven't gone to the grocery store in a little bit. So I did some damage. Thank you, Taz. And obviously, like the Fest gifts count towards the points as well. Let me reset. Taz, I was talking about your live earlier about how I gifted 5 subs and they went to Zionists. That was like, that sucked. Well, I was live earlier. And then when I saw how close we were to making top 20 for Livefest, is the reason why I got back on. There's only 2 days left. I thought I was already out of the contest, but apparently I wasn't, and I didn't realize that. So thank you, SoCal Smitty. Hope you're doing well. If you disagree with the background, please request. If you don't disagree with the background, then share live. Every share counts for 1 coin towards Livefest, or 1 point. Every heart me counts for 100 points. A heart me is 1 coin on TikTok, which is nothing. Thank you, Parkers. And obviously, like the Livefest gifts as well count. Once we get to 10K likes, we'll let up first opposition. Yeah, Taz, but like it's getting competitive. I was number 20 when I ended my live, and I was like, I guess I gotta get back on live. I just wanna be ranked higher than my nemesis, the most misogynist person I know on leftist TikTok. If you know, you know. But he's ranked higher than me, so we can't have that. Oh, I'll tell you in DMs, Taz. Shouldn't be hard to figure out because he's on leftist TikTok. He's white. It does start with an A. I've said the story a bunch of times. But yeah, I think he's probably like number 15 now. But yeah, I've dropped it a bunch of times here. Yeah, he's a major misogynist. How can you guys help? Doing the heart me. The heart me counts for 100 coins. Not all of us searching. I'll just tell you in DMs. Still running space in your head? Nah, I just like talking shit. Hi, Erica. So yeah, the heart me counts for 100 coins. So it's 100 points. So it's 1 coin to you and it's 100 points. Every share, so every single person you share to counts as 1 point, which shares are free. The Livefest gifts count like point for point, but the biggest impact from what I calculated is subs. So if you were to like send 5 standard subs, that's around $30. Like if you're in the US, and that would count for 9,000 points. If you wanted to sub for yourself, a basic sub would be 900 points on my end. a standard sub would be 1,800 points. So cost-wise, the subs definitely do the most. Doc, are you okay? Are you okay? You seem very frustrated. Once we get to 10K likes, I'll let up the first opposition. I don't know if we're going to get any ops, but whatever. I just want to like make sure that we stay in top 20. If I need to do a 24-hour kitten cam, we can do that. We can make that happen. It's going to be full of shit. Literally shit. Why are you saying we don't like women? I don't know. Request. Would you do battles? I guess I could. But I don't win battles. Like, I don't... Battles are... And I just feel so awkward. I just feel so awkward. I know. All right. We have 10K likes. Let's let up Gavin. I don't think they're going to load. Where is my... Hi, Teresa. Hi, Adi. Yes, I'm back because we're ranking. We're ranking. I just want to be top 20 so I can get to the next round. Nah, I'm not still on. I left and came back. And you didn't cook at all. It's embarrassing that you think that. Yeah, we're on a mission. And listen, y'all, look at the list of the top 20. These people in the top 20 have won many a contest. They've got thousands of subscribers. I'm the underdog here. I'm the underdog. I have kittens. I know there's another one, that lady there that is like a kitten rescue. So like, no shade to her. But she, I think she won like a contest recently. So. Oh my god, that person is so... Oh, you think Mao? We'll get Mao. Let's get Mao. Let's pull out the big guns. He's a little startled. He's a little startled because he was play fighting with his friend. Thank you for the Christmas tree. Look, Mao. Look, Mao. So yeah, instead, if we do get opposition, which I don't know if we will, instead of setting 30 to drop, setting 5 standard subs, which is around 30, is good enough. Or I do need live fest gifts, but honestly, like doing like the shares helps a lot. We only have 93 shares. That's like nothing. I know we could do more than that. Making sure you did your heart me. Making sure you subscribed. Thank you, Taz. Yeah. It's funny because like that person, I like don't acknowledge them and they're so desperate. Really? Thank you, Abby. Abby's killing it with the shares. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Y'all are really, yeah. Thank you, Courtney, for sending a subscription. Thank you so much. Let me put a hat on my mouth. That'll do it. That'll do it. Thank you, Mallory, for extending your subscription. I don't think we're gonna get opposition, y'all. I think they're tired. They're tired of fighting with me. Number 17. Okay, so see, we can't like lift our foot off the gas because I am gonna have to sleep eventually. So we gotta get a head start. Look at this little baby. But I am off tomorrow and Friday, so look at this little baby. Look at this little baby. Mao says that what he wants in this world is to win Leftist. Right? Says if I win Leftist, I don't know. I don't know what we win. I don't know if it's a t-shirt. I know. Thank you, Taz. You see how fussy he is when he's not wearing his little sweater? You see? He's so fussy. But watch, we put his sweater on and he's going to fall right asleep. Watch this. This is like, he loves his little sweater. Yes, he does. I wonder if he'll stay loving his sweaters. I know. You gotta put the sweater on. It is his little swaddle. Look. There it goes. There it goes. You sweet boy. Say row. Taz sent you a panther paw. Say row. He said, look at him, look at him. Immediately. And he hears his buddy. I don't want to say sibling because they're not from the same litter, but he hears them playing around in the so he's getting FOMO, but look at him. He can't fight it. He's trying to fight it, but he can't fight it. I know, you want to play with your brother, but we'll bring out the big guns. It's not really a sibling. You guys have seen him. Have you spoken about the CEO of Unit? Not yet. Not today, at least. You know, Taz, it is just a shame. It is just an absolute shame. It truly is. It's just terrible. It's just a terrible thing. It's just so terrible. I did hear the story why. It is just, you know. Or I know, Taz. He really is. I'm joking. Look at him. Immediate sleepies. Oh. Oh no. Don't fight the sleep. He's like a little baby fighting it. But he's so sleepy. His tummy's doing much better. Yeah, he does start. Okay, so the way he startles himself, it reminds me of you know, like when you accidentally fall asleep in class and your hand like slides off the desk and you're like, that's what it reminds me of. Look at that little baby. And that's it, he's gone. Not like a light. Can cats have narcolepsy? I don't know, maybe. Let's see. I'm charging my other phone so I can come in and do the heart me on my other account. Oh, Taz, I don't know if you're still here, but some guy came through and it was interesting. He was, yeah. He was saying a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff, and then when we called him out on it, he's like, oh, like I'm my people and blah blah. And I was just like, it's bad. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hi.
I mean, women hate each other, so of course everybody else also does the same.
Okay. That was so insightful. Thank you.
It's true. Truth is simple. Women bully each other. They're rough.
Yeah, tell me more.
Women are vicious.
Yeah, hold on a second. It's gonna be a little hard because I got the cat in one hand, but all right. What'd you say? You said women are vicious?
Women are vicious with other women.
Okay.
They hate each other, gossip, destroy reputation.
Okay. They hate each other.
Yeah. Manipulate each other, bully each other.
Gossip. Hold on. Gossip, destroy reputations. Okay, so I got women are vicious with each other, or with other women, sorry. They, damn, I'm sorry, I wrote too fast. I think it says they hate each other. Gossip, destroy
Yeah.
reputation.
You got it.
I got the gist of it, I think.
Yeah.
So, what about men?
Men are beasts. Men are
Okay.
animals also. Yeah.
Men are beasts. Men are animals. Okay.
But
We
they
agree with
tend
that
to
part.
only commit aggression when it's acted on them first, I think. Like whereas women, you looked at me wrong, so now you're out of the group, you know?
So would you say that men are just reactive? They're not ever the cause of harm, right?
I think they're more reactive. They just wanna they're simple. Men are simple. We just wanna watch TV, sit on our porch, drink a beer.
What if they don't
We're
have a
simple
porch?
animals. You can look out the window.
Is that why they get like angry? Is that when they like go unalive a bunch of kids in school?
No, it's when women kind of act shitty, maybe, or other reasons.
So the school pew-pewings are because of women. Okay.
No, I think that's because of doctors.
Oh, because of doctors. Okay.
Yeah. Prescribing too many medications.
Okay. But how come the women aren't doing that though?
I mean, some women are doctors, so
no. But how come the women aren't pew-pewing the schools?
Oh well, I think they do other things. I mean, they manifest aggression in different ways.
Oh, that's a good question. Is it because of female doctors? You think the female doctors maybe are prescribing too much?
No, I think all doctors are prescribing too much.
All doctors.
But you asked me why women are not mass analyzing people in schools, which is true. They don't.
I asked because they're also on those same medications. So like.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah. See, I got points too.
I feel like it's the cat. I feel like it's helping you think.
So, all right. So what do So how is it that women are manifesting it then?
How is it that women are manifesting what?
Manifesting the aggression.
Well, you're talking outside of the mass analyzing. You're talking like in general.
Keeps startling himself. Well, yeah, because you said you agreed that men are. I'm sorry. That men are. They're they're letting their aggression out through the mass unaliving. So how are women doing it because of the overprescription?
Boy, you really are they definitely manifest aggression differently. I think like men are more drawn to guns in general.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you, how do women do it?
I don't know how they mass unalive people.
No.
They maybe don't.
That's what I'm saying. You said that women display their aggression in a different way. So what does the overprescription of medication make women do?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't thought that far?
No. Have you?
No, you're here to teach me. So as far as you got is just that women hate each other. Do women hate men?
Definitely.
Is there anyone that women doesn't?
Women right now hate everything. They've been told that they're a victim, and that makes them hate everybody, everything.
Okay. Who's telling them this?
Other angry women, beta men.
Okay.
Feminized men.
Last page. Okay, so other beta men. Okay. What was the third one? Other angry women, beta men, and what?
Beta men, feminized men, men who are weak.
I already put beta men.
Yeah.
You said it was the third one. There was a third one.
Feminized men was the third.
Oh, okay. I thought my mistake.
I really like how you're taking notes.
I'm told you I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah. I'm into
okay.
It.
So does that mean that more? Hold on. So does that mean that because women hate everything and everyone and all that, does that mean that more men are going to become gay?
No, I don't follow that.
I mean, due to lack of options, I guess.
No, I don't see that. No, but men are definitely frustrated over the lack of options.
Okay. What do you think, Santana?
I think that Degrees of Freedom got tired of being a racist and decided to try his hand as a sexist today.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, full-blown racist yesterday. I mean, like, absolutely all the way out there.
Because yesterday I identified that way, but today I don't.
Oh, so yesterday you identified as a racist, but today you identify as a sexist.
Correct.
Yeah, this guy's a POS. Straight up.
I'm trying to be better today than I was yesterday.
Doesn't sound like it.
This is you being better?
Absolutely does not.
Is it possible that your bar for the R word is like too high, maybe? Is it possible you're sensitive?
Racist? No.
Yeah, is it possible you're sensitive?
No, no.
No?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, when you call me a poor black criminal, like that's just leaning right into it.
No, I didn't call you that.
You absolutely you said donate to the poor. You said yes, donate to the black man. Then you say yes, donate to the poor black man. Then you said donate to the poor black criminal.
But if that is a joke, then am I still an R
Yeah,
word?
again, Jaden and I couldn't figure out where the funny was in the joke. I didn't think any of that was funny.
But that's a different problem.
Okay.
I mean,
you don't forget, I already see that you're very.
I'm a white, and I don't find that funny either. So I don't know. I'm missing it too, I guess.
That's fine. I may just not be a great comedian. Yeah. I'm working on that too. I'm trying to get better. You kicked me out. I was about to tell a joke.
Yeah, and I kicked you before you got another one of your horrible jokes off.
What do you call an ugly black person? Santana Jones, Basinga.
You know what? I was about to drop you, but this isn't my live, so I'm not gonna drop you. This is Alina live.
Yeah, but you know you can drop anyone that's disrespecting you.
No. It's all good. Listen, he doesn't get under my skin. I wore him out yesterday, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. I just wanted to come up and say that I'm shocked to see him take a change of pace. I guess being a racist every day is tough, so sometimes you got to be a sexist.
You know what
Maybe
they say, you
tomorrow
gotta
he'll be an
diversify.
ableist.
You
I
can't put
guess.
all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Alina, I'm gonna let you have them.
What's your plans for this evening? You going live? What's your deal?
Yeah. Going
No,
live at the top.
I'm
I
not talking
wanna
to you.
get to. I don't know how many followers I need. I'm
Yeah,
not.
hold on. No
I'm
one's
not
talking to
talking to
you.
you, dude.
No one's talking.
Oh no, you have bars.
Okay, there we go. Good.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, going live at the top of the hour. We are running our topic about the queer community and what it looks like in Trump's America. And Sean is my co-host, well, not co-host, but special guest on the panel for the actual conversation. So we have that tonight and tomorrow. And I still need to tell you what I need your help with. So
Yes. I don't plan on being live that long, so just text me. Actually, I have my computer with me,
okay.
so you can text me and I can talk to you through here. Can I get a Santana mod announcement? I found out I'm top 10,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
top 20 in
listen.
Live Fest, and I like desperately need the subs, the heart me's, all those things help with Live Fest.
Oh,
So
that's super simple. Yeah, listen, guys, there's 137 of us hanging out here with Alina. She has the kitten. She's dealing with the POS. Guys, we have to make sure that we take care of Alina. Let's tap the screen. Likes help the live fest, right? So tapping the screen is the
the
least you can
shares help
do,
too.
right? Exactly. The shares help. Let's get it up to 100,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to at least 450. Also, send your
Mhm.
heart me. It's only 1 cent. The heart me helps do all the wonderful things. Send the fest gifts. Let's keep going through. Let's keep Alina in the top 20. Do all the wonderful things. You guys got it. Let's go.
Help the
Let's
weak.
go.
Help the weak, guys. Help the weak.
Thank you so
Yeah, shut
much.
up. Yeah. All right. I'll see you.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Abby's killing it. Let me see if my phone's turned on. All right, let me put the cat down so we can continue this. Yeah, so the shares, it's 1 point per share, so it's a free way to help out. All right, where were we? Where did we leave off? I don't think you realize
Just look at
this.
your notes. You were taking notes.
I just have the 3 types of people that are telling women all this stuff. That's where we left off.
Yeah. It's basically just feminists that are telling women that they're victims and making them angry.
Okay.
It's so true. You can't even think of a comeback.
No, it's not about a comeback. I'm just trying to think about what the next steps are.
Take your time.
What would be the benefit of any men telling women that they're the victim?
They're not doing it because they think there's a benefit. They are doing it because they think that.
So the men that are telling women this, they do believe that.
Yeah.
Okay. So only the alpha men. Thank you so much for crushing that goal, y'all. The alpha men are the ones that
realize that men and women right now have the same rights.
So, but here's the thing. So if the alpha men believe that women have the same rights, then why are they always trying to subjugate women?
They're not, but you perceive it that way because
no, they are because of the red pilling.
What do you mean by subjugate?
Dominate. The whole red pill community of like women being inferior, like women staying home and not working, like blah 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 blah.
Okay, well, let me answer to that. I'm married. My wife is a stay-at-home with our 2 kids. I work.
Hold on one second. Degrees, are you okay with him intruding on our lesson here?
That's fine.
Okay, just making sure.
For asking.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. That's my exact situation, and
I was thinking the same as you, Don.
I value my
wife.
You know, and she has a hard job. You know, we just have different roles.
Why is she working if you're such a good provider?
She's not working.
Oh,
she's a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's my exact situation where she's sacrificed her career to take, and she's happy. She takes care of our kids. I think it's a good situation. I don't why is that subjugation?
Who else was going to take care of the kids?
I don't know. I have a friend where it's the opposite situation, where his wife works and he stays at home and takes care of the kids.
Yeah, but you weren't going to do that.
We don't. Huh?
You weren't going to do that, though.
Are you kidding me? I've always made jokes with my friends like that would be the dream. I mean,
dream.
Right. We all joke about that because I'm like,
so why didn't you ask her?
No issues. I have no issues if that was the case. But you know, we have different roles in this particular our family environment, and that's okay.
Women are not good at making money, and they like money. So of course, she would rather stay at home, have him make more money.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna add that. Women.
We gotta be patient, Don. She's trying to learn.
Yeah, women aren't good at making money. Okay.
They are not good at making money. They are terrible at spending money, and they really like money, and so of course they prefer to stay at home and have their husband make the money. She knows this, Don. That's why she's not asking questions.
I'm just saying that I think, you know, it's not good to. It's not one size fits all. I think there's different environments. I think that I have the guy that I'm talking to you about, who is a stay-at-home dad now because he had twins and his wife works. His wife is a pharmacist and she makes $130,000 a year. And you know, I worked with him, and so he, you know, they made a decision that he was going to stay at home, and he has no issues with that. And I don't think it's a man or woman issue. I just think that there's some people that make it an issue when it shouldn't be.
Okay, so now I have a question for Degree. If women are not good at making money, then how is it that he has a friend that's staying home because the woman is making money?
Say again?
If you say that women are not good at making money, then how is it that he's a friend that's able to stay at home because his wife is making more money?
One size doesn't fit all. So exactly. I'll answer that. Let me answer this.
I asked him though, but I asked him.
One size doesn't fit all.
I asked Degrees.
So there are men that make more money, and there are women that make more money.
I asked Degrees the question. Is your name Degrees?
Don, watch out. She's authoritarian. She will kick you out. So Alina, do you understand the concept of average and statistics?
No. No. What is average?
Yeah. So when you have a sample of different things, they're not all the same. Okay. So the example that Don gave you is just an example of one of those items.
Okay.
But in general, women are not as good at making money.
Okay. On average, you would say.
On average. On average. You got it.
What was the other thing that you said? No, you said average and something else.
No, that's what I said.
I thought you said average and another word.
Don't know.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna learn what that other word was. How do we know that women on average aren't good at making money?
Well, for starters, they complain about it all the time, but you can't really take that as data because women complain about everything all the time. So
yeah,
women don't choose jobs that require you to think a lot, like engineering or jobs that are dangerous because they're wusses. So, you know, dangerous jobs that pay well, they don't do it.
So what about all the women in the military?
Okay.
Yeah, they're on a fuck fest, those chicks.
They're on a what?
They're just trying to get some action, I think. I don't know what they're doing there.
Action with who?
With the men that are sacrificing their lives.
Oh, okay. So women join the military to get action with the men?
I mean, I don't see what else they're doing there. What do you think they're doing? I mean, they're weak.
Working?
Physically? I mean, they're weak. I mean, what are they really doing there?
So what are the men doing there?
Well, they are strong, so they fight.
But like, what is the men's like incentive for joining?
Money.
Okay. But women's is not money.
Yeah, they have the same incentive, but men are better at making money.
But you said the reason they joined the military was to get with the men.
Yeah, and some money, but
And some money. Okay.
yeah. Double motive.
Double motive. Wouldn't that make them smart though? It's 2 for 1.
I guess so.
So you
I mean,
agree that women
for-
are smart?
I mean, that level of thinking for a woman, it's pretty advanced, yes.
I mean, I'd like to chime in on this if I can.
Sure.
Okay. Look, I wouldn't go so far as to kind of, I think here's the thing. I think women are great at certain things and men are great at certain things. I don't think one is above the other. I think that there's a beautiful balance when there's a man and woman. I think there's a yin and there's a yang. Like, for instance, me and my wife, there's things that I'm good at and there's things that she's good at where I'm not good at. So I think there's a wonderful balance in a relationship. But is my value more than my wife? No. I think my wife does a beautiful job at the things that she does. And so would I say that a man has more value than a woman in the military? No. I think that I appreciate both that sacrifice themselves, you know. If they both join the military, they're both doing a service. And so I that's how I view it. But you know, I
think, Don? I think that you are doggy paddling as fast as you can away from degrees. That's what I'm feeling.
I don't necessarily agree to degrees, like, you know, there's, you know, all women are terrible at making money. I think that there's different jobs that men will take that women won't. That is a fact. That's why when you hear a lot
Would you say that there's jobs that women take that men wouldn't?
Yeah, for sure. Again, that's the beautiful balance. I think that, you know, on an oil rig, would you see a woman, you know, handling that stuff? No. And you wouldn't expect them to.
I know women that work in
right,
oil rigs.
But you're talking minority. We have to talk in majority. You know, there's also men working in hair salons, but what's the majority that work in hair salons? Women, right? So we got to talk in majorities. I mean, we can get to the minorities, and that's okay. But we have to talk about the majorities, and so there's just different different talents that each one has, and I don't think one is worth more than the other. I don't think a hair salon person has more value than an oil rig person. I think
degrees would disagree with you, so that's why I say you're paddling away from him.
I'm not paddling. I'm just
let me bring Anna in, because Anna wanted to speak on being a woman in the military, and how she joined the military, I guess, to find a man. Was that right or no?
You know, it's actually not correct. I joined, crazy. I served 8 years in the U.S. Navy, and
what were you doing there? Why would you?
Listen. Your girl came from a tough background. Didn't have a lot of options.
So you did it for a job? You did it for?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know? Yeah,
you hear this, degrees?
Got it. What was it? Oh,
you hear how fast we found a woman that joined the military for a job? That's crazy.
That's great.
So tell me more about this job thing.
I'm just curious as to why you believe that in the first place. Like, what evidence gave you gave you that idea?
So there's, I forget his name. There's a guy that studied the wage gap really deeply, and he found all the reasons why women make less. Like, one reason is women, in many ways, like, they would rather take a job that pays less but either that has potential in the future or has a nice like title. Like that's one of the reasons. Again, like they don't want dangerous jobs. They don't want dirty jobs. They don't want jobs outside where there's cold or wind.
Would you say that getting like actual feces all over you, would that be considered a dirty job?
But remember what we talked earlier about
Just answer the question, friend. Is that a dirty job? Getting shit on? Literally? I would say that's a dirty job.
Yeah.
Women do primarily the nursing and CNA jobs. Getting shit on every day, literally.
And those jobs pay well, by the way.
CNAs?
Nursing, like,
CNAs do not get paid well.
They don't? How much do they get paid?
For what they do? Not enough.
Yeah. Well, how much is it? I'm learning. This is me learning. I got my notepad too, so I can write these down. How much?
I'm looking it up, dude. Relax.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Anna, you can keep talking to him if you want.
Yeah, these jobs that women typically dominate are going to be known as like the pink collar jobs, nursing, teaching, etc. Like secretary, admin work. They're typically called pink collar because they're characterized by a significant decrease in the amount that they are paid when compared to jobs that are dominated by men. But yeah, I don't know, my little female brain, my little. I got an echo. Hold on. Yeah,
just swipe like you're looking for a notification, but you don't have to leave. So CNAs in my state average about $31,000 a year, which is about $16.59 an hour. So I mean, you can get more bagging groceries at Whole Foods.
Then they should do that.
But we need CNAs.
I just don't understand
and who else is going to be tough enough to take on those jobs?
I'm just saying I don't think that I mean, I think certain jobs are a choice. If you feel like you can make more money bagging groceries, then I would do that. Then if they're not doing that, then the money is not the factor.
We actually typically see like when there's a flight of men from a job career and women are the ones that take over, we typically see like the price that is paid for that job decrease. So it's not necessarily that the work is inherently less valuable. It's that women's labor is devalued.
What do you mean women's labor is devalued?
Right, like it's seen as though women are less capable or less competent, so that it's made or perceived that the labor that they do is less valuable when it's actually.
Wouldn't you say that it depends on the labor?
No. What do you mean? I don't think I would, but clarify.
Like it depends on, like, let's say construction or roofing, things that take there's a physical aspect to certain jobs. So I can almost agree with you if there's like, hey, we expect, and I think sometimes in, applications where you say, hey, can you lift 50 pounds or more, there's an aspect to that to where, I think that if a woman signed up for it, it'd be a little different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that women can't do it. I'm just saying that would there be, would a company value more if it came from a man than if a woman was signed up and was like, yeah, I can do it.
You know that men consistently skip leg day, and that's something that women never skip.
Like in the gym?
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what?
I don't lift weights. I hate exercising, and I lift my 85-pound bully breed.
Yeah.
So.
I don't doubt that, actually. I think women focus on the legs because of the glutes and the butt, and that's their attractive features. I think men focus on the upper body, the arms, the chest.
It sounds like we would be able to lift without injuring ourselves better than men can.
Well, then if that's an interesting question, then why don't we combine the sports of lifting in the Olympics for men and women, since it seems like their legs are naturally more stronger?
I think the Olympics is dumb as fuck, and I'm not going to have any argument around the Olympics. I don't think the Olympics should exist. Honestly, I don't think the Olympics should exist. Like,
why? Well, talk to me. I talk back. Why is it dumb?
I agree with you on that. So we agree on
The fact
something.
that so much money and effort and people's lives and sweat and all that stuff over some stupid little contest, like what, to get a medal and say that, oh, we're the best country in this sport. I think it's stupid. I think
I
it's
mean,
so
this
fucking
is
stupid.
interesting because this has gone to the days of the Greeks where they started the Olympics.
They
It's
were
just
also
an
stupid.
interesting. Why is it stupid? I think it's a beautiful thing. It's like an achievement.
You know what I would love to see? I would love to see a contest to see which country treats their unhoused the best. I'd give a medal for that. Which country has the lowest infant mortality rate? How about that? That's a good contest. Which country has the smallest wage gap?
I think you could find that. I mean, there's you can look that up.
But no one's giving out medals for that.
So if we invented medals for countries that had that, then what?
You'd have to like gamify it in some way.
To actually,
Then what?
they would actually compete.
Let's give a gold medal to
have
Switzerland.
those titles.
Then what?
I don't know. You give a gold medal for swimmer, then what? They start all over again and work to the next 4 years.
Well, it's because people appreciate physical attributes, and thus the Olympics. Physical achievements is something.
I don't think they serve very much of a functional purpose. It doesn't other than entertainment.
I'm sorry. Why do billions of people enjoy watching the Olympics?
Fine, it's entertaining, but other than that, it doesn't serve any sort of function.
No, I mean, you know what? Okay. You guys have a stellar. Who was that breakdancer that was from Australia that was killing it in the Olympics? She got more media time than I think most of anybody. Like, I think it's just a stellar, example of physical fitness. I really think that there's nothing to be ashamed of the Olympics. It's just an interesting feat. But I mean, that's the other thing. You won't have cross Olympics. You won't have a I guess activity where you have both of the sexes in one feature, like track or something, right? There's a difference between men and women, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
As riveting as the Olympics discussion is, I would like to kind of go back to the disparity between men and women when it comes to labor. You were kind of talking a bit about like the physical capabilities, and I don't necessarily think that we should value people based on their physical capabilities, on whether or not they can like lift 50 pounds. I don't even think we really see that manifest itself, like that idea manifest in our current society. So I don't know why
it
we would do that.
It depends on the job. It depends on the job where you need to lift 50. Like, would you say you need to lift 50 pounds if, let's say, you're working at a bank? Like it depends on the job.
Well, sure, but like even the jobs that are the most physically demanding don't necessarily pay the best in comparison to all the jobs. Like a lawyer is going to make way more than somebody that works in construction, and a lawyer is obviously not going to.
1,000%.
So we don't even see that now.
No, but
1,000%.
Well, 1,000%. So a woman can be a lawyer, and a man can be a lawyer. I don't think there's any disparity there.
Yeah, that wasn't really the point I was making. It was more so that we don't necessarily like pay people based on like their physical capabilities, on what they can like lift. So I wasn't sure where you were going with that argument.
I was going with you're comparing a lawyer to somebody in construction, but maybe you compare somebody in construction, whether they make more, to somebody that works at a hair salon.
Where did degrees go? Oh, buddy.
Yeah, but why?
I mean, there's levels to it. There's jobs that pay more. The reason why there's a wage gap is because there's things that men will take. There's jobs that men will take that have a physical attribute, but at the same time, there's maybe it's not so much of lifting 50 pounds, but more so that work hours. Men will work more hours than women.
Well, that's actually not true when you account for unpaid domestic labor. No, when you account for unpaid domestic labor, which is in fact labor, women actually work far more than men. I think it's like 2 hours a day more than men.
Nobody believes that when women work more than men in any job. That's not true at all. That's just
Okay, this is an example of how you're devaluing women's labor. You are not counting
not
the
devaluing
unpaid
it. We're just
labor.
looking at. Have you ever heard of man hours?
What
You
are
know
you
what I
talking
mean?
about? Like,
Put
obviously,
in the
yes, I've
man
heard of man
hours.
hours. That's not meant to be a gendered term. Like anybody can.
I know it's not, and they're just saying that there's a level of hours that men are willing to put in, 14-hour days. Then, and I'm not saying that women aren't incapable of putting 14-hour days. I work in the car business, so there's plenty of women that put in. I've seen plenty of women that put in, 14-hour days in my career. They're hustlers. But I'm saying for the majority, right? We have to talk about the majority. Men will put that more so than women.
Okay, so I don't know, you might be missing my argument. What I'm saying is that women do work more than men when you account for hours that they are not paid. Just because the hours they work that are not paid does not make it not labor. They're still contributing to the workforce.
That does that. Give me the example of a job.
I
So
just
give
said
me the
domestic
example.
labor, like raising
You
children.
can't just
That
say
is
that. So
labor.
what job does that? So what job does a woman take that she puts in more hours than what's recorded and she gets paid less? Give me the job.
What do you think domestic labor is? That's what I
What's
said.
the job? You can't just say domestic labor. So give me a job title. What is the job?
That's going to be things that are not employed. You're going to be including
Like
your
if I put
housework, your child labor, your child care, etc.
So if I
That's
put
domestic
somebody's
labor.
so if I put somebody's credit application, which I've done many times, and I say, hey, what's your title? Domestic labor. That's not a job title. What would be the title? What's the job?
That is the point. You are devaluing women's labor. You do not think it has value because they are not being paid for it. When you look at the value of what women provide to their families
what's
yearly,
the job?
I don't know what your issue is. I just told you it's domestic labor. Like your argument is that because
I've never put in domestic labor
title,
as a in the credit application for a title. So what job is it?
What
job requires domestic labor?
Wait, who sent subs?
What do you think? What is labor to you? Can you define labor for me?
I missed who sent subs.
So I asked you to explain something, and you answer it with a question.
I have explained it, but you're purposefully missing the point.
I always get frustrated when I ask something I'm trying to learn, and they follow it with a question. That's the most frustrating thing. I'm asking you to explain something.
It's apparent that you don't understand the concept that I'm talking about.
Teach me.
Okay, what is labor? Can you tell me? Can we ensure that you understand what labor is?
It's so frustrating when I want to learn and you're asking me.
I'm trying to ensure you don't understand the term that I'm using, so we need to get on common ground.
So then explain labor. Maybe I'm stupid. What does labor mean?
I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm getting a
there goes one.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I was getting a call. Chill. Labor is just going to be work that's being done. Okay. It doesn't specify whether or not it's paid. It doesn't specify if it's employment. It's just going to be work that's being done. Okay.
Like babysitting for your aunt.
Sure. That's an example of labor being done. That's an example of work.
I've given more of an example than what you've given me.
Well, I told you childcare. I told you work around the house. I told you, like, that's what I said earlier. And you were like, that doesn't count.
I didn't say that. I said,
okay,
give me
here. Are you married? Are you in a relationship?
I already hear you typing it on your laptop.
Bro, I'm sitting on a couch.
Yeah, with a laptop.
Why isn't this charging?
You want to bet? You want to bet on that?
I do. I don't think you have the funds to bet.
I'm looking at my phone.
I don't think you have the funds to bet anybody.
Do you have a partner? Do you have a partner?
Do I have a partner? I have a married. Does that count?
Okay. What do they do?
What is their mom?
Okay, so if they were to, heaven forbid,
thank you, Josiah, for all the shares.
Unalive, how much would it cost you to pay to outsource all of the labor that they provide to your household?
I have no idea.
Interesting. So how much would it cost for childcare? I'm assuming that.
Do you live in a fantasy world where it's harder to work at home than it is at a job?
Why are you jumping? Why are you interrupting? Don't you see there's another guest that's
I don't think I ever
patiently waiting?
Like,
she's not coming from a point of reality, so I was just asking.
What? What part of what I said?
Women don't work more than men. Period. End of story.
They do. Would you like me to bring up the study?
Yes.
I can bring it up for you.
This sounds like
someone
else. This sounds like someone else that I need to take notes from. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, guys. We're gonna have to go to sub only chat because we're not tapping the screen. We should have been at 100K likes by now. So we'll open up the chat again at 150K. If you want to chat, consider subscribing. It helps us with the Live Fest contest. If you do a standard level, you can enter the Discord. We're talking smack right now. It's very fun. Why is my phone not charging?
Is there anywhere I can look up this study?
Anna's gonna get it for you.
I'd love to read it.
Yeah.
It's from the World Economic Forum.
Can I make you big screen?
I'm not against you. I'll read a study.
Yeah, go ahead. The title is "It's Official, Women Work Nearly an Hour Longer Than Men Every Day." And that's from 2017, the World Economic Forum.
Are you willing to read studies as well?
Sure.
So is there only one source for this?
Well, if you would read this source, it goes into the domestic labor that women also provide, the value.
I'm not disrespecting you. I will read your source. I was just asking, like, is there only one source that shows women work more than men, or is this coming from multiple sources?
There's multiple sources that it references in this article, yes.
I'm just wondering, and I'm trying to be respectful. I really am.
I don't know why it's so hard.
Have you read any sources about the hours men work?
Yes, and this actually discusses that. It says that men work more employed hours, more payable hours, when women do more domestic labor, right? When including the hours they work, they also work employed. They come home and they also do labor when they come home.
So this is assuming that all women do all the work at home after they go to work?
It makes no assumptions. You can read it.
Well, I'm just asking.
Well, why? I don't know why you would.
Oh, I don't see the link. Did you already link it or whatever?
Do you see it on the screen?
Yeah, you can just look up that title, and you'll be able to find it. You can't link on TikTok.
Oh, I got you. I'm an old dude.
Would have never guessed it.
I've never witnessed this, so I'd like to read it. I mean, I'm down. I've never witnessed that in my life or ever seen it ever happen.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I think I'm going to learn a fantasy.
Oh.
It's not a fantasy just because you don't like the idea.
It's not that I don't like the idea. I've just never actually witnessed it.
I mean, it seems like you do. Like, I'm not. Okay, so do you have any counter studies? Do you have anything that suggests when in conjunction with the unpaid domestic labor that men actually do more than women?
I mean, I could look at the labor force and bring up statistics there for you, but I don't think you would like those.
Well, as I said, my article discusses that. My article says that while men work more payable and employable hours, when you take into consideration unpaid labor, women do more.
Do they factor in the unpaid labor that men do?
Yes, they do.
That's wild.
Well, I mean, it kind of just goes back to the main point that women's labor is typically devalued. It's typically just taken for granted. We don't really think about the actual monetary value on it and on families that they provide.
They're saying that you should get paid for like taking care of your own, basically.
No, that's not what it's saying.
I mean, is that what you're saying? Like taking care of my own child and taking care of my own house, I should be paid for?
No, I'm saying that there's a disparity, and I think that disparity should be mitigated as much as possible. I think that there should be more spaces for women in the workforce, and that men should spend more time with their children.
Her studies are including like stay-at-home moms, right? So it's like
a child you created,
right? So
that you should get paid to take care of your own child.
Yeah, so
that's
it's kind of like a ridiculous argument. I've tried to stay silent for very long, right? But I'm saying,
now that you have some backup, now you're Mr. Brave guy. That's cute.
Who, me?
That's adorable. Yeah, you were Mr. Fence Sitter you were Mr. Fence Sitter this whole time. I even called you out for it.
I was just saying goodnight to my wife because she was going to bed.
I mean, I made children. Well, I adopted children. I didn't make any, but I adopted children, and I don't. I never got paid for that, nor would I go, I should have got paid for taking care of my own children.
If you had to
isn't the
give up
argument
your career, you should.
No,
But
I had
yeah,
to
I
work
agree
a
with that.
full-time career and take care of my children. My wife was disabled and then she passed away. And now I still take care of the children. I don't belittle
So
everything she did, but I don't think she should look at taking care of her own children that she created as something she should get paid for. That's belittling her children.
well, wait, why would you not want to support mothers who create their children, or mothers who,
I
or
did
anybody
support
who creates
her.
children?
I went to a stay-at-home mom, but I mean, I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
okay.
And she
So
worked hard. She got my whole check. I mean, I'm just saying, like, she would never say, "Oh, I work harder than you do," you know,
well,
or
then why would
whatever.
you?
She
Why?
stayed at home and took care of the children, and I went to work all day. I didn't belittle her.
Anna,
You know
You
what I mean?
can I ask a
understand that
question,
it should
Anna?
be compensated,
Anna,
right? Yes.
Anna, would you ever be a stay-at-home wife?
I mean, I'm finishing up my degree, so I guess technically I am now.
Would you have an issue with it? Like, would it bother you if you were a stay-at-home? I don't know if you're married or not. I don't know if you have a boyfriend or not. But would it bother you if you're in a situation where one person worked and you stayed at home? Would it bother you?
I mean, yeah, I think it would probably bother me just because I'm finishing my master's degree, and I obviously have other things that I'm trying to pursue as well. I have a career I want to pursue, but it's understood and it's accepted when men try to do that. But when women try to pursue their careers, it's like, well, you should take care of your children. You should stay home. You should do this. So
No, that's
Well,
not
what
true.
do you
Like,
want to happen to children?
what?
What do you want to happen to children? I'm just wondering. Like, do
What?
someone stay home and take care of the children? Should anybody?
Well, I mean, yes, I believe that children need care. I don't think I ever denied that.
And so you shouldn't give them care unless you're paid for it?
No, again, I never made that argument. I think
I'm
that
just
disparities
asking you.
between unpaid and paid
I will
labor.
make that. I will make that argument.
okay.
I
What's your-
don't
Well,
think.
true. I
I don't
definitely
think that
there should be,
anyone.
like, subsidies
Yeah,
for
I don't
single
think that
women or single
anyone that
mothers.
gives up their career to take care of their child should go without pay. I think that if, as a society, which I think we can all agree, that when people are willing and able to take care of their kids in their own home, it's very beneficial for the child. Then
Absolutely.
we should put a monetary value to that. And I
Well,
think
I
women
mean,
should get paid for that labor,
do.
because someone's going to get paid,
what do
whether
you
it's the
mean?
daycare worker or the mom.
So should
Right.
I pay you out of my check? I don't know you. You have a kid. My taxes should go to pay you for having children,
I don't know you. My taxes went to paying your kid's school, public school.
right?
No,
No, I agree with what you're saying.
Hold on.
Everybody pays in for that.
hold on.
Everybody pays in for that.
Can I clarify what you're trying to say? You're saying that if, let's say, we're married, I work, you're a stay-at-home mom. You're saying that you like there should be an allowance. What are you trying to say? Like I should.
It should
put you
be
on
the
a
government should
1099?
be subsidizing the child care. Like the government should be paying
Yeah.
the women, like, and the choice should be like the woman can, like, the family gets like this much for the child care. They can either use that. If the woman wants to have a career, they can use that to pay a child care facility, or they can stay home if they want to and keep that money.
That'll never happen. But me as a, I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I know that would make zero financial sense for a government, but I wouldn't be against it. If my wife
Why?
could make money
Your husband
raising
will
my
make
own
less
kid,
money.
I would. That's just
Wait,
adding
what?
to my family.
Why?
How would your husband
Where do you
know?
think the money comes from to pay you? Magic? I mean, seriously,
taxes.
where do you think it would come from?
Yeah, it could come from taxes, and
Right,
there's
so
plenty
there
of.
would be an
taxes, so your
I think we
That's
can
why
all
it
agree
would-
there's plenty of bloat in
It would
taxes.
be an
and
increase in all our
misspending.
taxes.
Yeah,
if
you're a
we
billionaire.
restructured-
You're a millionaire.
Am I?
I doubt you
no,
are.
He's a
I
hundred.
make plenty of money. I'm in
Yeah.
sales. I make a lot of money, but I don't make millions.
Okay, then you shouldn't be worried. You're gonna be okay there, buddy.
No, it just
I
doesn't.
won't be okay.
It's
That's
not a
how it
feasible.
works.
It's not a feasible plan.
That's not just something you
It
can
is a
say.
feasible
It's
plan. Other
feasible.
countries do it. Other countries subsidize.
What country
And
does that?
we're also already starting to see programs like this when it comes to people being home health aides, rather
What
than
we
like
will see is
Medicare
baby
paying like a home
factories
health
popping up
aid facility.
everywhere.
Like they're willing to pay the person
I'm
that's
curious,
living with that
and-
person. to
I'm
do it.
curious and I want to learn. What
What did I
country
just say,
pays
Don?
stay-at-home moms? You didn't even let me get my question
I
out.
was in the middle of
I'm
my
curious.
sentence. What did I just say?
What do you mean? What did you just
What
say?
did I just say? That you interrupted me. I'm just trying to see if you're paying attention.
You said a lot. I mean,
It was
She said
actually
other
one
countries
thought. It was one
subsidize women
complete
for
thought that
having
you
babies.
interrupted. So what did I say?
Oh, so I did hear about that. You were saying that countries are already on their way doing what you're saying, paying stay-at-home moms. My question was, what country is doing that?
That's not
A lot
not
of
what I
Europe
was.
does
That's
that.
not what I ended. You interrupted me at that point. So what
Well,
did I finish my
country
thought
pays
with?
stay-at-home moms? Because I need to move to that country.
I'm not talking about that. Attention, because you were being rude.
No, I heard. Well, here's the thing. You said something. I wanted to ask you because I wanted to learn. I got my notebook. I'm ready to write things
So you
down.
have no impulse control. You have a book. Write it down.
Well, no, I'm
said
trying
it
to
while
write
he was
down
talking.
to your response. You said that, hey, there's countries that pay.
I was in the middle of my
stay-at-home moms.
sentence,
I'm like, what country is
Mr.
that?
Sir, and both you guys were talking over me, and this is my live,
I'm sorry, Alina.
and I barely said 2 words.
I apologize, Alina.
So what I was saying that in this country, they're already testing out doing paying like Medicare paying a family member that's taking care of their like disabled or older person rather than paying a facility or a home health aide to come in. Like
Disability?
there's already.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good program.
Disability.
Thank
Are
you for
talking
paying
about
attention, Mr.
disability?
Sir.
Are you talking about disability?
She is.
So yeah, I don't know if you can see on my
God, are you
screen.
really
The
talking
Nordic
about
countries
disability?
provide universal child care as well as paid maternal and paternal leave.
This is
So
crazy.
several
What is
months,
so
I think it's
funny
like a
about
year.
disability?
I'm just saying. Is that just say it? Don't put it in a way because you had me believing you.
She is, yes.
Oh my gosh. Bro, we
Disability
all
and the
pay.
elderly.
Did you know all in our lives we pay through the taxes that we pay for disability? Even in the options that I have right now at my current job, they pay if I
Why is
opt
that
in case
funny?
I get hurt or
Why
my
is that
wife gets
funny?
hurt, that I can pay
Why
into
is
the
that funny?
disability fund.
Let me say something.
Because you
Women
made it
work
seem-
very hard. It's a
because
very hard
No,
job
no,
being
no.
a
I
mom.
want him to explain why it's so funny. Why he keeps saying disability, ha ha ha, disability. What is what is funny about
Because I
that?
just
What is
wanted to
funny
know that
about?
that's what your whole
No, it's not.
premise
That's
was
not
on.
my whole premise. No, because I also said the elderly. Elderly people also get home health aides through Medicare.
I mean, I don't understand. Do you know that they've paid their whole lives? The elderly have paid their whole lives taxes. Are you saying that Medicare or health insurance, like we've all paid taxes at the end of our lives, right? If we get to be lucky enough to be elderly,
You're not fucking
you're saying
understanding.
that there is no compensation?
You're not understanding at all what I'm fucking talking about. Like,
well, you don't have to cuss. I'm just, then help me understand. I'm trying to learn.
I've tried to explain it 3 times, but you keep like harping on the word disability, and like I'm gonna try. No one's paid to kick. We do 30 to kick here, but if someone sends 5 standard subs, that's around $30. That helps me with Livefest, and also it counts for the pay to kick. So, Don,
I'm down.
what I
with
was
women
explaining, here is an old person. I'm the old person in the house. Medicare can pay nursing corporation. Thank you, DG. Nursing corporation to send a home health aide, or they can pay the family member that's here to do that work that they were already doing, rather than bringing an outside person.
Right.
That was
old
my
person
point.
paid in for years.
Yes, we all pay in for all those things. That's no different.
A 22-year-old mom with 3 kids did not pay in for
WDG.
years.
But
She
they
didn't.
wwill once they grow up. What are you not? What's not clicking?
What's not clicking with you? Where's the money coming
I've paid
from?
my entire life.
Your life
And I
isn't
don't
that
have
long.
I don't have any kids. How old do you think I am, dude?
Early 30s at most?
No.
Not even that?
I'm older than that. Much older. So
Look, the money's got to come from somewhere.
I don't have any kids, but I've been paying for other people's kids
only
to go to
kids
school.
I got, I adopted from lesser men.
And they still went to
raised
school.
them
They still
and
went to
everything.
school.
I put them in school. What are you talking about? I paid for their college. What are you talking about?
Did they go
No,
to public
no
school?
taxes paid for it.
Did they go to public school?
They went, yeah.
Okay, then.
When
So
they were
I
kids,
helped
then
pay
they
for
went to
that.
college.
I helped pay for that. And if they
I
went to a
helped pay
public
for it too.
university, I also helped pay for that too, because federal funds go into that.
That's all of the community paid for that. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's the point.
All of the community doesn't pay for you to pump out
You're
children,
finally
though.
getting it.
Here's what you're not getting. You want a full week's wage
taxes to go to, Mr. Sir? What do you want? What would you want your taxes to go to?
To build roads, bridges, and have a military to protect us.
That's it? Okay,
That's
so
about it.
things you use.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want your tax dollars helping people. You don't want tax dollars helping.
Yes, I do. I do want them to help
DG,
people.
I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to kick Dawn. My mistake. Were you meaning to kick somebody else?
So you don't
Hey,
want
I
them
think
to go to
taxes should
schools?
help people. But cutting a woman a full week's wage for taking care of her own child, that money has to come from somewhere.
Again,
Another
you know that
woman or man or whatever, you know.
You know that women
it's
raising children provides value because they are raising the next generation of workers. So I'm not
course
sure
it
why
does.
you don't think they should be
And
compensated
consumers.
for that labor. True.
The reason I don't think it should pay is because you made a child under your own volition. You should have had the money to raise a child before you made one, for one.
You know what
Nobody
you not
owes
think
you know what that
you
mindset's
anything
gonna
for
do?
making a child.
That mindset
Are you
is
for-
going to destroy the whole globe. You know why?
No,
because
the mindset
the
thinking
birth
you
rate
need a
is down.
paycheck
The
to
birth
pay
rate
for
is
a
down.
kid is going to
The
destroy
birth
the
rate is
economy.
down. The birth rate is
Having
down.
It
a
is.
kid
Yeah.
prevents you from pursuing professional opportunities because you need to find childcare. You need to be able to afford childcare. And if you cannot afford childcare, oftentimes women are pushed into that role of taking care of children and staying at home.
They
That
made the
negatively
child.
impacts their opportunities. You
He's
do
not
understand.
understanding.
Oh, wow. Thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate that.
Oh, who sent out
You do
subs?
understand that that it's crucial for our society to, create children. Like that's
Yeah, I agree with
not to
you.
get into that whole debate, but like in the current society and economic structure we have to create the next labor force and the next generation of consumers.
Should I?
Right? That is
Can I
Who
ask
sent
you a
out?
question
Who
then?
sent out the
Under your
subs?
own-
Was that for Mr.
I
Under your
appreciate
own
that.
theory, under your own theory, should I, as a man, get a
Your
check
theory.
for taking care of my wife and children?
You
Since-
do when you go to work.
No,
Your
no,
labor
I
is
mean a check
paid.
from
Thank
the
you so much,
government on top of
Alyssa.
it.
I'm
Alyssa,
fine
chat.
with families helping subsidize, or the government helping subsidize families. Like I'm fine
How
with
is
that.
it? How is
I'm
it
not
different?
sure why.
Like my wife stayed at home, right? I mean, this is what you're saying, right? And I might be confused, and I will accept that I am confused, right? I'm not trying to just be a dick, right? All I'm saying is, if I
Alyssa,
take
did you
care,
wanna
and
use those-
I did for 25
subs
years. My
to
wife didn't work, right? And I took care of her and all of her children that she had from another marriage that I adopted, right? Should I have gotten a check the whole time from the government on top?
No,
Why
because
would
you were still
have to
working.
get that
But you
specifically?
should get a
She
check for
was
doing the
one
same
who
thing
was
with
doing
just
the
children.
labor.
Right?
You're not understanding.
She's the one who is not being compensated for her labor. The check would be compensation for her labor. Your labor is going off and doing whatever you were doing in your employment. Her labor is not being compensated.
But I paid
That's
for
the
her
point.
food. I paid for the house over her head. I mean, why shouldn't I get compensated?
You
I-
are
Are you not
being
in her same
compensated.
household? Like, what the fuck?
My
Yeah, we're in the
goodness.
same house. I mean, she's in the same household as me with her kids, and you want her to get a check?
Because her labor is not being compensated and
Okay,
yours
you're assuming
is.
I didn't
Sense.
give my wife like everything she wanted. Like, what are you
You-
talking about? She had
What
her own
happened?
debit
Why are you
Sorry,
card.
she
why are you
chooses not
taking
to
this
do
as a
that.
slight? Like you weren't
I know,
providing.
yeah,
It
you're
is
taking
a
this so
slight. It's a
personally.
slight against men, as if men are automatically
God.
bad and
Oh,
automatically
brother, this guy
oppressing
stinks.
women. Like, that's not true. Most husbands don't oppress their wife. Most husbands that have a wife staying at home, the wife has a debit card. She has complete access to the bank account.
let's
She is
stay
not
on
being
topic.
abused. This is the topic, right? You're
It's
saying
not. No one has ever made that argument. All we are saying
making
is that
that
women's
argument
labor
right now.
is devalued. Right. And you're going on like, oh, well, I gave my wife part of my check or all my check or whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody
Most
is
men
forced
do.
to do that. Men, I would
Nobody
need a
forced her to have
statistic on that.
children.
No, I would need a statistic on that because in most relationships, the woman also works
I agree. Kate.
and she provides
agree.
the domestic labor. So
A lot of women
I'm
would,
not
yeah.
sure how you're quantifying that. But this whole argument goes to be that women's labor is just devalued. Okay, that's the entire argument.
Well, you're calling something that isn't labor.
That's
It
you're
is labor.
doing the meme, guy. You're doing the meme. You're devaluing their labor. You don't.
Well, it's very important to raise your children, there, you know, and all of that, but nobody owes you money for it.
I disagree. I think that any form of labor deserves compensation. And
So I should be able to just
You're
have
also
kids
missing the
and just
part
get
where the
with
birth
random
rate is
men
down.
and just have as many kids as I want, and I should get a check.
We need the birth rate to go up, and the way you
I agree
incentivize
with
that is
you.
by making it easier, not harder.
I don't think we incentivize it by rewarding women for having random children with random men.
What are you talking about?
That would also do that. That would incentivize women for getting with a man just to have a baby and leaving
Even
him.
if that was the case, do we not need more numbers in this country? If they're going to
We
raise
do
the
need more
kid
numbers. I agree.
and put them out into
But
society,
why should we
then what is your
incentivize
beef?
women
Just because a woman decides to like
use
do what she
men?
wants? Let them eat
Yeah,
cake. Thank you so much for
it just sounds like you're
purchasing a
mad
subscription.
that women have like sexual freedom. Honestly, sorry.
I'm not mad that women have sexual freedom. What? That has nothing to do with it. You want them to get paid for it.
Well, yeah, sure. I think women should be paid when they have children because they have to raise those children. Like, do you want children to suffer? Do you want children to not be adequately cared for? So
I literally adopted kids, bro.
well, okay. So I'm just not understanding.
You adopted your
why you're
wife's
so against
kids,
helping
dude.
mothers.
Not some random kids that needed help. You adopted your wife's kids. Like, get over it.
Yeah,
That's right, because she got sick and died.
and that's quite sad that you talk about them that way.
My kids? I love them. They love me. We hang out all the
calling them your
time.
wife's kids, your adopted kids. Like, they should be your kids at this
Not
point.
random kids.
It's fucking weird.
They are adopted.
I feel bad. But anyways, yeah, I think this is an example
You
of how
don't want
women
men to get a check for doing the
Can you let
exact
Anna
same thing,
finish?
though.
men are not doing the exact same thing. That's the entire point.
If a man
I would
if a
love
man has
for
a
men
wife
to
at
take a
home and
step
he's
back
paying
from
for
the
the wife and
workforce and
children,
spend
how
time
is
with
it
their
not the
children.
same?
Oh my god.
What are you talking? What?
I'm asking you literally, like you're saying, if a wife, if a woman or wife or not has children, she should get a check for it. Well, if a guy is taking care of that woman and all of her children, shouldn't he get a check?
Well, that's the point. You're taking care of them because you are getting a check. That is the entire
Because I work.
point. Women
But
are.
you're talking
Women
about
are
a check
also
from the
working.
government.
Women are also working. The
Not
labor they
any
are
work.
providing is work.
Yeah, they should get paid for any work they do.
Right, but there's no obligation for husbands to give money to their wives. A lot of times women are stuck in these situations to where they don't have an opportunity to leave when situations get like abusive. They don't. There's usually like these large gaps in their resume to where it's really hard for them to find a job to be able to leave. It just puts women in a really vulnerable position. So you, as a man that is working and providing the income, you are not in this vulnerable position.
You got it. Teresa sent 5 Sanders subs to kick Mr. Sir. You know, when I first saw Mr. Sir, I thought that was our band friend No Sir. I thought he was trying to pull a fast one and come on a different account. Kimar, you've been sitting there quietly. Do you disagree with the background?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say, like, if the USA hates women, why do y'all have rights? Why are y'all not, like, participating in wars, you know, fighting?
We are participating in wars. You're talking to someone that was in the military right now, Anna.
Hey,
Were you doing
what's
the
up?
war?
Hi. What?
Were you fighting?
I mean, not like hand-to-hand combat, but I was deployed in combat zones.
Like, okay, were you fighting, like, other people? Like, killing?
Well, like, you do know that, like, the vast majority of the military doesn't involve, like, unaliving people, correct?
Yeah, but, like, were you fighting in the war? Were you killing people in wars?
No, I've never killed anyone, but I was deployed in an active combat zone.
You were?
Yeah, I was deployed during Operation Enduring Freedom and Inherent Resolve.
Okay, what were you doing?
It's in like the Arabian Gulf
What were you doing?
ish area. We were just kind of patrolling. I was on a destroyer.
Nice, man.
So
Nice.
Did you serve, Kamar?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds like the women are more brave than you.
Oh, congrats, guys. I'm so proud of you guys. By the way, I just wanted to say, you still had chat off. You say you would turn it back on at 100K like.
No, I said 150K.
Kamar, you
Oh.
do understand that women have been in direct combat since the insurgency began in the Iraq War, right? Like, you understand this. That women have been in the front lines in Iraq and Afghanistan since the conflict began.
I know. I just want to know if the USA hates you guys so bad.
Literally one of the most one of the in this country during the Iraq War was centered around a woman.
All right. Why do you guys have right?
The female engagement teams were a massive thing in Afghanistan. I just want you to be so fucking for real right now.
Okay. Why do you guys
female
have
engagement teams were
yo
we're going to go down this road. Female engagement teams were incredibly crucial to the overall success of Afghanistan, because without female engagement teams, we would not have had the same rapport that we had with those villages and with those smaller communities in Afghanistan that got us to where we were towards the end of the conflict. So just if you're going to come up here and make some bold ass fucking claims oh, are women not fighting in wars, without a modicum of fucking understanding, open a goddamn book.
Okay. All right. So why do you guys have rights? I just want to know. I mean, if the USA doesn't like you guys, if I didn't like anyone, I wouldn't give y'all rights.
yeah, I don't think women having rights, and we have less rights than men do, for starters. But I don't think necessarily having rights means that.
But which rights are you missing out on?
We have less rights over our bodily autonomy, reproductive freedom.
No, you don't, though.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, they do.
No, you don't.
We do.
Todd, does the quality of your healthcare change depending on the imaginary lines that you exist within on a day-to-day basis?
I don't think nobody's does.
I asked you a very simple yes or no question.
No, and I'm saying nobody's does, because to do that would constitute malpractice.
Oh, no, it doesn't, though. And again, your healthcare and my healthcare does not change based on the imaginary lines that we exist within on a day-to-day basis. Theirs does.
Okay, so what are these imaginary lines?
They're called state
Let me
borders.
have a man explain women's rights to me.
No, I'm just explaining your weaponized incompetence.
Okay, whatever that was. Every time you start insulting somebody, you lose an argument.
Do you not think that do you not think abortion is healthcare?
I do.
Okay, so if there are people who live in areas that do not have rights to this said healthcare, would that not be that those women are lacking rights to healthcare?
I mean, yeah, you gotta travel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're talking about so by that we're discounting pregnancies brought under same family relations, essays, all that stuff.
What? What are you
and we're
talking about?
going to, oh, well, I'm pregnant, so I'm pregnant and I can't afford this child. You don't have to explain that thing to me. I mean, for the first 15 years of my life, I was born in a trailer park in Lawrenceville, Georgia, beside one of the biggest housing projects in the state. You don't have to explain poor people to me. And I understand that, and I understand all the plights that come with that.
What are you talking about?
Hey, learning curve. Learning
What
curve.
I
Could you
just
back
said.
up and try that one more time?
I don't
No,
know
Or
what
I
not.
said what
Or
I
not.
said.
living in a trailer. But yeah, it doesn't
I'm
really
sorry.
address my point.
Are you shaming me for growing up in a poor community?
I
No,
am.
buddy. I grew up in
Is
a
that
double
what's
wide
going
on
on
a dirt
right
road in
now?
the
I don't know if
middle
I
of
you
am.
noticed
nowhere,
my,
North
my username,
Carolina.
but it's Trailer Trash
Oh no,
Lefty.
I
So
am.
I don't
live in a
need
trailer.
the comparisons. Did you not understand the words that I just said?
I don't think anybody.
In the order that they came out of your mouth, then? No.
I think I understood them. They just didn't make any sense contextually. So people living in certain areas, right? And by areas, I mean states where abortion access is severely limited or like banned altogether. People who can be pregnant don't have access to healthcare, which is a right. So meaning they have less rights.
So, in Colorado, you can have an abortion at 8.5 months.
I believe in Idaho it's completely banned.
Is that wrong?
Why would I think that's wrong?
Because that baby can live outside the womb.
Oh, okay.
And the majority of abortions that happen after the point of viability are almost entirely for medical reasons.
Call any end of pregnancy clinic in Colorado and ask them what their guidelines are.
What's your BAC level?
I was just about to ask.
What is a
something
BAC?
similar.
Okay.
What is it?
Have you indulged in any
You have to ask
Oh, am I
savant.
stupid for not knowing that? What
You
is
have
a
to ask
BAC
savant
level?
questions. Hey, Todd, can I ask you a question?
No, I'm just asking real questions. I'm just trying to have a
The
connected
blood
conversation with
alcohol
other humans.
content. But I want to ask you a different question. Do you think you can currently pass a horizontal gaze nostalgist test? Like, say you were
Like I
behind.
said, when you insult people, you lose the conversation.
When you're
and you
too dumb to
lose
realize
the
I'm not
argument.
insulting you, that's your problem, not mine.
Whatever, dude.
Okay, great. So here's the. I'm going to simplify it for you. If you were behind the wheel of a vehicle and an officer gave you a set of instructions after pulling you out of the vehicle, do you think you could follow those instructions correctly? By the way,
I mean, if I blew a breathalyzer right now, I would pass it.
See, that was easy. Now, what does any of what you just said?
NoRads. NoRads sent 10 subs.
Nice. What does any of what you just said have to do with like the people in places where it's not legal at all and schmishmorshins are like banned? Are you saying they should all fly to Colorado?
I mean, if they really want one, they should go to somewhere where they can get one.
Because transporting pregnant women in their state is the most healthy thing, right?
I mean, if it's important enough to do it, then the journey is like important, right?
So you remember,
If it's important. Brilliant. You are a bastion of intelligence.
I should have written that one down.
What I'd like to know is what I'd like you to know
I
is that
mean,
now.
should you be
What I'd
able
like you to
to
know.
get
What
those
I'd like you to. I
procedures
don't know
done
what.
at
I have no idea why
ATMs?
you're talking right now. But what I'd like you to know is that I am in fact now shaming you for the bullshit story you told about the trailer park stuff. I actually don't care. Since you, do you still live in a trailer park?
No, I don't.
You live in a, do you live in a nice house, a decent house? You well off? What's the deal?
I live in a house.
Okay, so now you don't give a fuck about poor people, and you just think, hey, if you can't afford going to another state, well then fuck you. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of shame you for wanting a cookie for having
No, I'm still poor.
been raised in a trailer park. Like, look at me, I was raised in a trailer park, and I was broke, and I know what being poor is. But fuck poor people.
You a wild boy.
I'm a what?
Your examples are fucking stupid.
No, I'm just look. I'm just repeating what you said back to you. It just sounds stupid. You hear it out loud. It's stupid.
A wild boy.
Are you? Do you not realize I'm a black man?
You're black.
Thank you, man.
It doesn't matter. You're just in here trying to get laid, dude.
I've been married for 15 years.
Are you implying
He doesn't need
that the
to
only
be in here to
time
do
men are
that.
nice to women,
He can just
or men
What the
stand up
fuck
for
does
women, is
that?
when
What
they're
the
trying
fuck
to
does
get
that
laid?
matter?
Wild take, Todd.
Yeah, like I could literally just leave the app.
Just walk down the hall, past the 4 different sunsets. Actually, no, you probably don't even need to even do anything with the thermostat. You just do it on your phone. You get the fancy ones.
Hey, Todd, do you remember when I asked you about those imaginary lines and you said you don't think it changes based on this was making?
I never said that.
You did, but okay.
Alina, can I ask you a question?
It is a state issue.
Sure.
It's not.
Why is
If
it?
you are living in Idaho
Your voice is
and you're
irritating.
more than 6 weeks pregnant,
God,
you
your
have
voice
to go
is
somewhere else.
your voice is irritating.
You have to drive an hour and go to Oregon.
Todd, be quiet.
Your voice is irritating.
Depending
Alina,
on what side of
why
Idaho
is
you're
it?
on, by the
Why
way.
is it that these weirdo chuds are always focused directly on my sex life?
I don't know. You tend to like draw a crowd, honestly.
It's probably the low baritone of your voice that brings them.
I feel like I've been fetishized like 7 times today by conservative men. It's very strange.
Hey, you found your niche.
It's good to know.
There's a market for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, if it ever didn't work out with Mrs. Jeff, I have options.
Kristen could probably hook you up with a Quinn setup.
Oh, word, dog.
Much less intelligent options, but options nonetheless.
So did you just call every woman on this panel less intelligent than your wife?
No, just you.
The fact that you didn't understand what he said is incredibly telling. Todd, you continue to meet everyone's expectations, trust me.
I'm glad about that.
Case in point.
There's 0 chance that his BAC is anything under legal. I can't believe this Kamar person's been sitting here for like an hour.
Yeah.
An hour, and just to say, hey, it's still on sub-only chat.
I mean, no, not really. I just haven't been talking, I give people chances.
Wait, Kamar, are you the one that asked me like incredulously, are you black?
Yeah, because like your filter, it surprised me.
Oh, okay. It's just a black and white picture.
Yeah.
Todd, is Mick Ultra an alcoholic beverage?
What's up?
It's White Claw energy to me.
Is Mick Ultra an alcoholic beverage, or is it
alcoholic beverage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching Landman too. It's a pretty good show.
But do you consider it an alcoholic beverage?
I mean, it has alcohol in it.
For your statement that you can pass a breathalyzer while you're slurring your words and not tracking the conversation.
I'm sorry, for the past 16 years, I've had a 4-gauge barbell in my tongue. And so I just talk like this. I'm sorry.
You did that to yourself?
Don't people get those for like very
Yeah.
specific purposes? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, like, well, I apprenticed to Pearson brand under a friend of mine when I was in my 20s. And we kind of just did everything.
Interesting.
Todd Moore is crazy.
I had to have every piercing done to me, or I had to do it myself just to know what it felt like. You asked a question.
Oh.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that you asked earlier about Colorado's, like.
And what were those specific reasons that you were talking about?
I was just wondering, just asking. I've heard tell.
No,
rumors.
Hold on. What were those specific reasons that you were talking about?
Well, I can't say many of them.
What have you heard?
Live. So.
What have you heard?
Well, I just said I can't really say it out loud, so. I was just asking if you got it for a specific purpose. If not, that's fine.
No, I just got it because it was the next thing to do.
All right.
Oh, I know it's fine. I'm an American.
The irony of that last statement is like Gibraltar sized.
What button do I press to skip this?
Why was it
cutscene?
hilarious? F.A., why was it hilarious?
Who said anything about hilarious? I said it was ironic.
Come on, F.A.
Did he say what I think he said?
I don't know. This dude is weird.
Anyways.
Oh my god. I was like, no wonder this goal is not moving. I put 100 fest crowns. There's no fucking way.
Can I do a mod announcement? I've watched a lot.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't really know. I've never done one before. But there are 195 people in here right now. Let's tappity tap the screen. What's the goal thing? There's always, I know Frenemies is always talking about like a goal.
Today we have the fest crowns because we're in the live fest contest.
Fest crowns. Okay, I was seeing something about that. Let's do the fest crowns. We've got 14 out of 100. Is the 2 hour and 52 minutes how long it's been going, or how long you have left?
How long we have left, but ignore the 100 part, y'all, because there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
No, there's always a way.
That was a mistake.
We can do it. You can get 100.
Definitely not. But keep going.
But
you got this.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and get those little festive crowns. We are in a very sacred time for TikTok Live. Let's keep tapping the screen, get those likes up, get those shares. As Liv would say, misspell some stuff, send it to your ops, send it to your haters, and get it out there so we can get maybe some more coherent people.
You guys are making me dance for it.
And yeah.
Oh, and make sure you guys send your daily heart me. That does count for 100 points on the Live Fest contest. So it's 1 coin for you, which is less than a penny. And then every share counts for 1 point. So, good job, Anna.
There was a missed opportunity for a Todd mod announcement.
No.
That was pretty bad, but I'll
no, you did
I'll
good.
work on it.
Todd, no.
Long time listener, first time caller, so it's exciting. But there's no one up here, so no ops.
Well, Kimar's allegedly an op.
Yeah. Uh, honestly, I'm just waiting on y'all to answer the question.
What question?
Why do y'all got rights? That's all I'm here for.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I answered that, and my answer was that like I don't think that just necessarily having rights negates the idea that someone can be hated for their identity in a society.
Okay.
The whole reproductive rights conversation.
All right. So why do men have to pay child support for women with kids?
Why do men have to pay child support?
Yeah.
You use child support as a payment for the mother?
Well, no, not really.
Okay,
For the
then
kids. It's for the kids.
then you have answered your question.
Well.
And even when we look at child support, I think it's only, I was going to look it up. I think it's only about $700 a month. And that doesn't even begin to cover like
It does largely, there are a number of factors that do play into it. It's not just $700. It can largely depend on the state. I know in Texas it's 15% of your base income. For 2 children it's 25 of your base income. It does fluctuate.
Yeah, just like the national average, I think it was like only 700, which, you know, even on the higher end of the spectrum, it's not really going to cover a lot of those basic needs for children. So there's going to be a lot left that the parent, the custodial parent, needs to provide. Also, child support isn't gendered, so like women would have to pay that too, should the father have taken the majority of custody. So I don't really think that that's necessarily a gendered issue.
I know, I'm just saying, but like, if like I could have done something about it and I didn't like women, I would have had y'all do nothing. Like y'all would not.
Women do nothing.
What? No, if I can control that and I did not like women, I would have y'all do nothing. Like y'all couldn't do anything.
Sure, yeah, but that's like that's you. I don't necessarily think that, like, there's plenty of people that I've like I don't necessarily like, but I've done stuff for them because I've been obligated to.
All right. So Kamar, I would like you to zoom out for a moment, right? And I've said this to other dudes that have been up here and don't want to like fully grasp with the topic on the screen. Do you understand that women are 50% more likely in this country to lose their lives to an undiagnosed heart attack?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. Did you know that women receive a much higher percentage of in automobile accidents despite causing less automobile accidents?
Nope.
Do you know why these things might be?
Why?
Can you do a little bit of critical thinking here with me and just why do you think that these things might be the case?
What, I think women get hurt more in an accident?
Yeah.
You see, but like I would say it not like judging, but I'd say women are just more fragile than men. You know?
No. It has to do because the airbag placement in cars is built for men. Women are 50% more likely to lose their life to an undiagnosed heart attack because we do not dig as deeply into the symptoms of things that women experience, like PDSS and PMS and other things. Right? We don't get as in depth into those things. We can also look at the fact that the modern transportation system in the world, not just America, but in the world, is built on the parameters of a 6-foot-tall man on his like day-to-day trip from home to work. Any sort of convenience for women. So when we say doesn't like women, it's a little bit more than just why do you have rights?
Yeah, why do you have rights?
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right. Um, I mean, I wouldn't really understand why the USA would hate women.
It doesn't say hates women.
Oh, doesn't like women. My fault.
I just
Wait, no. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. One last question, and then I'll go. Why do you think the USA hates you guys?
There's several reasons. There's socio-economic. There's disparities in healthcare. Like there are disparities in rights that we talked about.
He's been here way too long to not really answer that question.
Oh, okay.
All right, Chad, you're up.
I was just listening here, and can you hear me? Okay, sometimes it don't work. So, I was just listening and thought it was an interesting topic. I was just listening to see why you guys think that the USA doesn't like women. I think they have women here have a pretty good life.
I mean here, like in comparison to,
say, like a place like Yemen or an Arabic country where they have hardly any rights at all, without a man saying so.
Yeah, so the prompt is that the USA doesn't like women. So just comparing to like other countries where women may have less rights and opportunities doesn't really negate the prompt that the United States still doesn't like women.
So, but you still think that they have a better quality of life here than other places, right?
I mean, I can concede that maybe they do. Like, I don't really, I mean, I think there's a lot of ways in which our quality of life differs. But I mean, I'll just, for the sake of the argument, I can say, sure, comparatively, it might be better. But that doesn't mean that the United States doesn't like women. Or it doesn't mean they do.
Todd, can I ask you a clarifying question? Why is it that your first immediate jump is to an Arabic country, just out of curiosity?
Because I served in the military and I seen firsthand a lot of this stuff.
So did I. So did Anna.
So then you should know that.
I mean, there are Arabic countries with that have made some pretty impressive progressive strides when it comes to women's rights. I'm just curious why, like, that's the immediate jump.
Why? Because in my opinion, they get treated worse in those countries. Well, maybe not as bad as India, but India and
Chad, hold on. Chad, can two things exist at the same time?
Huh?
Can two things exist at the same time?
Possibly.
All right, so it's perfectly possible for women in the US to not be treated well and not be liked, and women in another country also not be treated well or even be treated worse. Like, just because women in other countries might like have less rights than women in America doesn't mean that we still shouldn't have that conversation about the treatment of women in America. So when y'all come up and try and shut down the conversation by saying, oh, but the Middle East likes women, you should be able to prove that it likes women by its own merit without having to make any sort of comparison to another nation, especially a nation that is like impoverished and in the global south.
There's Arabic countries that are not impoverished, they're very rich.
Sure, like the United Arab Emirates treats women really well. So, you know.
But they don't have any rights.
Yeah, they do. I have multiple friends that live in the United Arab Emirates. Women have plenty of rights there. They don't even have to wear, like, my friends that live there don't even wear a hijab.
Okay, well,
it's
that's
not required
more
there.
of a religious choice for that group, but
yeah, but it's not required there like it is in many other countries in the Middle East. And that I'm pretty sure the UAE is either the richest or close to the richest in the Middle East.
They still follow the Quran though, so
regardless,
if you cheat, you're gonna get stoned.
No, you're not.
Okay, well, go over there and marry an Arabic and then cheat on him and see what happens to you.
Go in there and what?
Go over there and marry one of the men there and then cheat on him and see what they do to you.
Like, y'all have like the craziest conceptions of the shit that happens in the Middle East. Like, it's just like wild Orientalism. But regardless, this is you trying to run away from my point that
Oh, let me
If the
clarify
US,
something real quick.
stop talking. No, Chad, I'm speaking. If somebody, like, or if the US likes women, it should like women by its own merit and not by any sort of comparison. You should be able to prove this on its own without having to say, oh, but somewhere else worse.
Can I say something now?
Do you know how conversations work, Chad, or do I need to teach you?
No, you don't have to be sarcastic either.
Okay, then you don't have to. Can I talk now?
Well, I want to clarify something. It says the USA doesn't like women. Are you talking about who? That because USA is not an entity. That's a country. So who
Yeah,
in the USA doesn't
across
like
the country. Like I would say, like at an individual level, individuals in the U.S. are indifferent to women's struggling and women's oppression. The government also doesn't really give a shit. Bring it to.
So what would be the solution to fix the problem?
It depends. Like, if we're going to talk about the gender wage gap, it would be to address the gender wage gap and make it not exist anymore. Or if we're going to talk about the lack of paid maternity leave, it would be to include paid maternity leave. Or if we're going to talk about the disparities in healthcare, it would be to address the disparities in healthcare. Like, it depends. Each problem is going to have a different solution.
Well, there's a lot of jobs in the U.S. I think the gender wage gap thing comes down to a lot of jobs that women can't do.
No,
That are paid
there's
higher for
no,
men.
like, no. The gender wage gap, many studies for it control for occupation. And even when they're in the exact same occupation, even in the exact same place, the gender wage gap still exists. So no, it's not about
What?
like occupation. Can you also let me know what jobs women can't do?
I
You
was
ever
about
seen
to
a
ask the
woman working
exact
on an
same
oil rig?
question.
Sorry?
Yes.
Yeah, I
No.
have seen women work on an oil rig.
Maybe in the
I
office. They're not doing the
Wait,
job.
are women incapable of working on an oil rig? Is that your argument?
Physically unable to work on an oil rig.
Okay, so you're saying, let me just go
He
get a stat
thinks
really
oil
quick.
rigs are
hey
landmen.
No, I'm
hey
talking about like,
Chad.
Kiki work on
Ch-
one?
huh?
Kiki worked on an oil rig. She's usually up here. I thought she
Chad,
said something about
do,
it.
do you believe I'm asking you this. Do you believe that like women are all like 5'2", 105 pounds? Do you think all women exist in that sort of stereotype? Is that your
No, but
belief?
there are some physically demanding jobs in this country that women just can't physically
Okay.
do.
Have you ever seen like female or like the female rugby team? Have you ever seen power lifters that are women? Have you ever seen any women other than
God
like
damn
the
it.
one in your profile
Yeah,
picture?
I'm just gonna say, so my green screen feature is not working on my phone for me for some reason. But women make up, and it's a small percentage, but they exist at that 5% of women are people that work on oil rigs. So, can you find me a stat that says 0 women work on oil rigs? Also, whose phone is going crazy?
Not
I think
mine.
it's mine.
Okay. Can you find me a statistic that no women work on oil rigs?
Okay, I don't know if there's clerical stuff on oil rigs or not,
Yeah,
but I'm pretty
there
sure they're not
is.
doing
There
the
is.
demanding
There's
stuff.
there's definitely statistics about what percent of each job has women and what percent of them are men. So I'd like you to find that there's 0 women working in oil rigs as you claimed. Because I
Very,
just
very
found a
small
source.
percentage.
No, you said none. You said women are incapable, Chad. So I'd like you to prove that there's 0 women working in oil rigs, because if they're incapable, then obviously they wouldn't be doing that job.
If they're putting the pipes in and doing the physical stuff, I don't think that's possible.
Okay, then prove it, Chad. You have a claim to prove. Go ahead.
Look it up on the computer or something.
Yeah, please.
Okay, maybe I should change the statement. Very few
Okay,
women
so
do
women
if at
aren't
all.
incapable. Wait, women aren't incapable? Is what you're saying then? You're conceding that women are not incapable of that labor?
The physical part, I do believe they're incapable.
Okay, source needed, Chad.
Source, you prove it.
No, you're the one making the positive claim that women are incapable of working on an oil rig. I'm not making a positive claim here. I'm simply asking you for a source for your claim. So the burden of proof is on you here, Chad. Go ahead. It's your source to find, little guy.
That's uncalled for. No belittling.
Yeah,
No
bro, you're
belittling.
belittling. Yeah, you're belittling women, so please shut the fuck up.
Hey, D.
I'm saying there's some jobs in the U.S. that are too physically demanding for women to do.
Okay, so prove it. Prove
All
it,
right,
Chad.
take all men out of society and see if you
Chad,
can.
Chad,
Oh, God.
you have a source to get here, Chad. You're claiming. I need you to prove that. Let's not do like take all men out of society. You need to prove I'm capable of doing these jobs, and I'm gonna wait until you do, and we're not gonna talk about anything else until you do.
I don't.
Okay.
You know what I don't understand is why they think when they're asked for evidence, the solution is to restate the claim.
Yeah. Like,
Right.
is it a big ask for me to just ask you to prove something that you say? Like, I don't. Maybe I missed that.
On balance, for some people, the ask is astronomical.
Clearly. I don't know if I'm like being unfair if I just like saying like prove your claim. It doesn't seem
It's
too
a
crazy, but
very big, it's a pretty high demand. Why can't you
yeah.
just trust me, bro?
Yeah, some jobs, and thus women make up 0% of the workers in that jobs. You're right. I should believe Chad.
Women are fake news. They're just a myth
True.
propagated
Super
by
true.
liberal media.
Like the clitoris. Just like that. A liberal myth. The female orgasm. Imagine.
That's the liberal agenda.
It is. It
I
really
just looked
is.
it up.
Okay. So what did you find, Chad?
So it's not a 0%. You're right on that part. There are someone who is very minute and.
Wait, so women aren't incapable? Are you conceding then?
What's that?
Chad, you're far away from your phone and we can't hear you, little guy.
Why do you keep saying that?
You want to be little women, I'll be little you, bro. Are you offended? So you're conceding that women are capable of doing these jobs then?
So are you saying that women can do everything, all the jobs in the United States that a man can do?
Yeah, find me a job that there's no women that are capable of doing it. Find me a job. One single job that there's no women.
Making a baby by themselves.
Actually, they can. In fact, we've already proven that this is medically possible. We've created spermatozoa out of bone marrow.
Yeah. Also, Chad. Hold on. You just asked me to find or to name a job, or like, do you think there's a job that men can do that women can do? You asked me to name a job that women are capable of doing or incapable of doing. I don't know. Do you think women can do every job that a man does? Is what you claimed. I'm saying yes, and then you just brought up reproducing by themselves. Men can't reproduce by themselves either, so I'm not sure if you knew that. Y'all can't bear children or grow them by yourselves, so that's definitely not addressing the claim that you just made, Chad. So find me a single job in the US where there is 0 women, because women are incapable of doing it. Anything, Chad? Any job?
Just a second, I'm looking it up.
Can't hear you, bro. You're like 10 feet away from your phone.
I said I'm still looking it up. Just a second.
Perfect. Can't wait.
Dear Google, can you find me misogyny.stats.com, please?
Yeah, truly.
Ask ChatGPT these days.
Bam. Gotcha.
Are you going to say Catholic priests? Is that what you're going to say, Chad?
So what's the job, Chad, that's too physically demanding that women are incapable of doing it?
The NFL.
The NFL, though? Women aren't allowed in the NFL. That's not like...
Exactly.
That's not the eat. That's not the eat that you think it is, bro.
That's a win. There's not one female.
Chad,
There's not one
Chad,
female that's a football
Chad,
player.
Chad, you should feel embarrassed right now.
We waited all that time for that.
Oh, there's more. There's a lot
Okay,
of.
what's the next one? Go ahead.
Technicians, mechanics, electricians are 99.
Wait.
Did someone say electrician?
Women can't be vehicle technicians, is what you're claiming? We're incapable? Because I need you to find jobs that there's 0% of women. Not one single woman.
Chad, I'm going to throw you a bone here. If you say Catholic priests, you're technically correct because they're not allowed to be, but they're still capable of doing it. The question was incapable, which means that they are physically, like they just can't muster the physical wherewithal to do the job, Chad. Come on, buddy.
0%. Not one single woman in that profession. That's what I need you to name.
And not by technicality of rules because of a league saying women aren't allowed to play in the NFL.
Like, I have the craziest secondhand embarrassment right now. The craziest. Like, unfathomable levels of secondhand embarrassment.
The way he said NFL and then just said, like, yo, that's a win.
Bro, and he was laughing too, like he thought he ate. He genuinely thought he ate. All right, Chad, what's the next one that women are incapable of doing? You said car electrician, is that or car mechanic?
Close. Male workforce.
Okay, so that's not 0% women. So I need you to find one that's 0% women, like you claimed, Chad.
Chad, does 99% mean that women can't physically do the job? Or does it mean that there's just a small percentage of women that do the job? Which one? Is it A, Chad, or is it B? You've got a 50-50 shot of getting this right.
I just googled it, and women make up 12% of vehicle technicians, not like less than 1%. So.
Did you look it up on misogynistats.com?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay.
So 12% is most definitely not like whatever you said, like 0.8%. Employment that women are physically incapable of doing, Chad?
Just a second. Hold your horses.
Right,
Kristen, I am in fact reading the chat.
Is it like just a little bit telling to you how long this is taking you to find? Just a little bit?
Oh, women can't be a sperm donor.
So that's not a job.
It is a job.
No, that's like, Chad.
Buddy.
Are trying, yeah.
Buddy.
Like, you can't be serious, bro.
Just because somebody threw you some like a $20 because you went to your local sperm bank does not make it a fucking job, homie.
Hold on, I want to engage with Chad. Hold on. I want to engage with this for a second. How much does one of those make? Say, how much? What's the wage?
I don't know.
Say psych right now, Chad.
Yeah, a professional sperm donor? Like, are they just getting milked all day, or what's happening?
Do you think that particular job is the
Okay, here you go.
What?
That's over here. Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, urinal tester.
I'm gonna stop you. Right there. You're in the wrong room for that.
Women have already passed Ranger School.
Annihilate you on that. But I just want
women have already passed Ranger School.
I just found a
Rangers.
I just want to know if you think, Chad, that the last point you made is the white whale you were looking for to normalize the gender pay gap. That women would be making as much as men, if only they could donate sperm. There is
I
the
just love
job
it.
where
Okay,
all the
cool.
money is hiding.
I just found a whole list, and you guys are just cutting me off.
Well, because you're wrong. One, there
Nicholas,
have been women.
I just want you to know I tried to
What
warn him,
woman?
and
Yeah,
now
that's
I'm
fine.
and now I'm
What
muting.
woman has been
Hey,
employed as
Chad.
a urinal tester?
Chad, buddy, Chad. One, we've
Listen,
already had
listen,
women.
listen.
We've already had women that have passed ranger school. In fact, I know a woman in the Green Berets. So like the claims that you're making right now, false. Also,
Found it on this
urinal tester is really. That's the one. That's the hill that you're gonna die on. Urinal
Hey, you
tester.
said find one that had 0 women. That's one that has 0
Hold
women.
on. Comrade Anna, any women in the chat, Alina, if you're listening, are any of you capable of grabbing a water bottle and like throwing it at a urinal? Are you capable of doing that?
You said find the one that had 0 women. That's one that had 0 women in it.
There
No.
that literally make it to where we can test, like where we could technically test. There's one pictured on my screen for anyone who's curious.
Yeah. The job you had, Chad, the job you had, my brother in Christ, was to find a job that women are incapable of doing. Not that they're not. Hold on, buddy. Chad. The job you had was to find a job they are incapable, which means physically unable to perform the job. Not a job that they're not